Peace and welcome back, family, to this rebirth journey we've been on for a little while. Today, I want to talk about the best way to guarantee your rebirth, the best way to guarantee your transformation, your renewal, your manifestation into this spring season. There's some things that Spirit has been giving me that would ensure that I get to that desire, get to that result that I have been, sowing and asking Spirit to give me. So I want to share that with y'all. There are three things that's been coming up, but also I want to tap into the collective consciousness, into the collective energy. Because I've been seeing a lot of interesting things in my dreams. Like, Spirit is like, we got to pay attention to how we're spending our time. That's one thing that is so important. Last night in my dream, y'all, I looked up at the moon and the moon turned into a clock. And I immediately just took that as, in this season, in this rebirth energy, in this renewal energy, how we are spending our time is so essential. So much so that my girlfriend, some girlfriends of mine wanted to go to have some breakfast, some brunch today. And immediately when I had that dream, I knew that I couldn't go. Spirit was like, you can't spend your time that way. I have so much stuff that I have to do to align with my rebirth. And not only align with my rebirth, but to support everybody that has purchased their readings, to support them with their rebirth. So I'm going to say that right now. After tomorrow, y'all, the readings will be closed, okay? The readings will be closed after tomorrow night. Monday night is when I'm going to close the cart for the spiritual readings, for the spiritual spring rebirth readings, right? So I have so much to do regarding that, and Spirit was just like, you got to choose and use your time wisely. That's some of the energy that is coming up right now, okay? When it comes down to this spring energy, there are three things that we have to be very focused on and tuned into, okay? Let's see what Spirit came out with these cards. Wow. The law of perfect health. We cannot make that up. I'm telling y'all, at the beginning of 2024, Spirit had came through and said it is very essential that we are tuning into our bodies and that we're using our bodies for divine guidance. And ever since I went on that raw vegan journey, Spirit has just been showing me so much, right? Like, I've been able to feel things in my body. And as I tune into it and I ask Spirit, okay, what is this? What is this sensation? What is this feeling? What are you teaching me and guiding me through this discomfort and through this pleasure, right? Because there have been good feelings that I felt in my body as well. But through it, Spirit has basically just shared with me, like, okay, you need to work on this emotion, or you need to work on this trauma, you need to work on this experience. Hold on, y'all, a car flew away. Okay, so Spirit has been working with me. So that's one thing, y'all, in this spring season, really paying attention to our bodies, really creating a new spiritual practice that supports the body. I already told y'all about the inner smile, so you need to make sure that you're doing that. Something that I have decided to commit to for the rest of 2024 is I'm going to be doing a raw vegan fast for the first 3 days of every month. I would have completely juiced, but because I'm a breastfeeding mama, I need those calories to be able to still produce the milk that I need to produce to feed Kai, right? So Spirit is saying it's time to develop a practice, a way of being, a lifestyle that is going to support perfect health, because our bodies are communicating to us. Understand, our bodies is our instrument. Our bodies is our instrument, and we use our bodies for manifestation. We use our bodies for transformation. And so that's one thing that I was going to talk about anyway, so I guess I'll jump right into it. Something that Spirit was saying that is absolutely imperative to our rebirth and transformation is that we have to learn to relax. I discovered throughout the raw vegan fast that I hold a lot of tension, and I got to change my language because words are important as well. But I discovered that I was, past tense, holding a lot of tension in my shoulders, right? Holding a lot of stress in my shoulders. And what I discovered just through studying and, how the spiritual stuff goes is that the shoulders is symbolic of carrying the load, right? And this was such a deep conversation that Dream and I had, because I was like, babe, I gotta stop putting all of this pressure on myself to just carry the weight of the world. So my body was communicating to me that I'm carrying the weight of the world. I'm gonna need these bugs to not try to fly in my mouth, right? Because I just don't have time. Okay? I don't know if y'all caught that, but literally like a fly or something just hit my lip, and that's just unacceptable, okay? Anyways, our bodies are communicating to us the spiritual work that we have to do. And so I had just realized that spiritually, I need to understand that I'm divinely supported and I don't have to carry so much. I don't have to feel like I'm holding up the world, or at least even my own world, on my own. Spirit was like, understand that you have a spirit team, you have spirit guides, you got angels and ancestors that absolutely have your back. And because they do, I can move around this life, I can have this experience in a more light, navigating, connecting with our souls on a deeper level. But our human body is literally the temple of God. And so it will communicate to us the ways in which we are not being God-like. So with me feeling this tension and discomfort in my shoulders, it was a message from Spirit that I wasn't trusting the divine. I wasn't trusting my support system. I wasn't trusting that everything is always working out for me. And so it just showed me that I have more healing to do in the emotional realm, right? So relaxation is going to be very important for us if we want to rebirth and be renewed. Because if we cannot relax, then Spirit is essentially telling us that there is a belief system that we have that is not in alignment with our God mind. Relaxation is essential in order to be receptive. If we cannot relax, we cannot relieve the downloads. We cannot receive the downloads, the information, and the power, right, that God is trying to translate through our physical being. Now, the reason why this is so deep and dope, I can't make it up, right? So I just received a notification of this guy named Joseph Rodriguez. He's on YouTube, and he just posted a video, apparently, because I just received a notification at the top of my phone, and it said, proof, what you desire desires you. Now, the reason why that is confirmation and synchronicity for me is because my name is Desiree, and it's spelt like desire. And so I have to take that into consideration, because Spirit caught my attention with that to say, okay, whatever you're communicating right now, whatever I am expressing right now is absolutely in alignment, because my desire is to, be able to receive these spiritual messages, apply them to my life, and share them with y'all so that y'all can have the transformation, the healing that you all desire. And so that was just confirmation. So the first thing, in order to guarantee your rebirth and your renewal, you want to pay attention to your health, your physical health, your physical body, because the body is communicating to you what is actually happening in the spirit. And you want to practice relaxation. Some relaxation tips that I've been doing is, before I go to bed, right, I know all of y'all probably are taking showers before you go to bed, but I want you to start being intentional about your shower. This is what I've been doing. Because before you want to go to bed, before you go to bed, you need to be very relaxed, because before you enter into that dream state, you want to have a certain level of receptivity and openness to your spirit, to your higher self, that is going to communicate to you through your dreams. And so what I've been doing whenever I take my nighttime shower is I've been very intentional about clearing off the day. It's like whatever happened in my day, whether it was great or whether it was not so great, I'm intentional about clearing it off of my body energetically. And I'm using the water as a spiritual cleansing symbol, because that's what it is. And so as I'm in that shower, I'm speaking words of release and letting go, so that when I get in the bed, I'm not holding on to everything that happened throughout the day, which is stopping me from relaxing and stopping me from receiving the message that I need to receive as I sleep, so that I can be reborn, renewed, and rejuvenated, okay? Because we need the information that our higher selves, that our spirit wants to translate to us. Which is why, if you have not booked your reading with me for the spiritual rebirth, you can do that. Because through the reading, I am going to channel your spirit team. I'm going to channel your spirit guides. I'm going to channel your ancestors to get you that message, right? So if you're not receiving the messages in your dreams, or you're not picking up on how they are telling you that you need to be reborn and rebirthed in this season, get the reading. I'll give you that information. All right. The next card that came out is the law of attraction. The law of attraction. And let me tell y'all, the law of attraction has to do a lot with your heart. A lot of times we think that it's just the mental aspect, right? The mind is all, the universe is mental. And that is, these birds is really going hard. Can y'all hear them? Let me know in the chat if y'all can hear these birds. They sound so beautiful. Let me know in the chat if y'all can hear them, or if they just talking to me, okay? So the law of attraction, a lot of the times we think that it is just a mental thing. And one way that you are going to guarantee your rebirth and your rejuvenation and your renewal is through aligning your heart and your mind. You need both. Okay, you need both. One thing that I really find that is super important right now, they are sharing a message. That's right, Static Shock, because they're talking so much. It's so beautiful. It's such a gift. And it's a gift to be able to translate the message as well. So, one thing that is going to be very important in guaranteeing your rebirth is paying attention to your relationships. Nothing pulls on our heartstrings the most like the people we love. Like the people we love, right? Your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your children, your friends. The people you are in relationship with are going to impact your rebirth, your renewal, your rejuvenation. They're going to impact your law of attraction, okay? And that's a part of why I couldn't go today with my homegirls who were going to brunch. Spirit was just like, okay, I need them to align with the new vision that I have for myself. The law of attraction is about you being in the present moment. It's about us in the present moment being the vision that we desire. And in our relationships, oftentimes the people we are closest to don't see us in that same vision. They see who we used to be. They don't see us as the business owner. They don't see us as the speaker. They don't see us as the healer. They see us as Desiree, right? They see us as whoever you are, and not the vision of who you are being reborn and rebirthed into. And so we're going to have to adjust our relationships. And that's going to really pull on our hearts, because if we are in relationships that continue to remind us of who we are moving away from, then we are attracting more of that energy, and we're not attracting the new energy that we are being reborn into. Okay? So this is very important, because the people we are in relationship with, whether it's our mother, our father, y'all, these bugs, they really getting at me today, okay? But the people we are in relationship with, not only do they project the old idea of who we are onto us, they also project our old beliefs. Wow. So in my dream last night, this is what happened that let me know, okay, I probably shouldn't be going to brunch. In my dream last night, me and my homegirls, these same two girls that I will be going out to brunch with today, these same two girls were in the dream. And in the dream, we're talking or whatever, and they're telling me, God said you need to repent. God said you need to get back into the church. God said that you need to call on Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. And that's what they're telling me in the dream. Even though I know I have a different perspective than that. Even though I know that to me, Jesus was an example of how we are to live and how we are to strive, and Jesus was just an example of what we too can do, which is why in the Bible, literally, Jesus said, everything you've seen me do, you too can do and more. But a lot of times people who are indoctrinated in religion, they don't see themselves as that. And so Spirit was telling me, your friends unconsciously want you to still believe in that idea instead of you believing in the knowing that you were made in the image of God. Okay? Instead of them wanting you to really live and explore the idea of you being a true healer and doing a magnificent work. And so this is what's showing up in our relationships. In our relationships, not only are the people we love unconsciously projecting onto us staying the same, staying who we've been, but they're also projecting those same old belief systems and those indoctrinations that don't necessarily lead to who we are wanting to be reborn and rejuvenated into. So this is going to have an impact on our hearts. Our hearts is going to feel some type of way about having to shift the way we relate to the people that we love. But what I want you to know, and what's been revealed to me, is that as we continue our healing, as we are reborn and rejuvenated, we can do more from that space than we can staying the same. Okay? So understand that in this law of attraction energy, in optimizing this spring rebirth and renewal energy, we're going to have to change how we relate. 11:11. Thank you, Spirit. And I know that can be so challenging. That has been challenging for me, but I affirm right now, I declare and I decree right now that I am connecting with the right people who see me not only for who I am today, but who I am becoming. I am in alignment with people who add to my vision of myself. I am in alignment with people who support the international speaker, the quantum healer that I am. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Okay? So, in the law of attraction, in bringing forward this rebirth and renewal, we have to really know and understand that our heartstrings are going to be pulled on based off our relationships. But if we're willing to have intimate conversations, if we're willing to be honest, if we're willing to be authentic with the people we love, there's potential that they can support us in that. So like even Dream and I, we've been having some very powerful, intimate conversations about who we're becoming and what we want. And we've been supporting each other in that, right? So if Dream says that he wants to do something, I'm going to use everything that I have within me to make it easier for him to attract what he desires. And that's what we should be looking for in our relationships. In our relationships, you want to be connected to people who are going to support that vision and who are going to do the best that they can to make your life easier in that manifestation. So that's going to play on our hearts, okay? That's going to play on our hearts. The next card that came out for us is the law of karma, which we know and understand as cause and effect. And this has to do with the mind. This has to do with the mind. So good. The best way to guarantee your rebirth and your renewal using your mind is through your perception. And what I mean by that is seeing all of your life experiences as supporting your rebirth, your renewal, your rejuvenation. Okay? Throughout our day-to-day lives, there are things happening. There are challenges that we are facing. There's adversity that is showing up. And what Spirit has been communicating with me to share with y'all is that these challenges are not burdens, they are sacred blessings. But the only way for them to show up as the blessing that they really are is we have to see it that way. And so oftentimes when adversity shows up in our lives, we like, what the hell is this? Like, why is this showing up in my reality? But Spirit is like, no, this is just the work that is required for you to reach that higher purpose. This is just the personal development that is necessary for us to withhold this new vision. So the best way to guarantee our rebirth, renewal, rejuvenation, and our reinvention, us becoming that better version of ourselves, is we got to use this law of karma, meaning the law of cause and effect. Because I am choosing to see this situation in the highest frequency and from the highest vibration of love, so shall it be. Because we have decided to cast a projection of positivity on our life situation and circumstances, the effect is going to be positive, love, upliftment, renewal, rejuvenation, reinvention. Okay? That is what has to happen. That's the law. Okay? That's the law. Some of us are being asked in our rebirth and rejuvenation process, some of us are being asked to transcend our own limitations. Wow. We're being asked to transcend our own limitations, meaning if we want to be renewed and rebirth, we're going to have to do more than what we thought we could do. Wow. I am like so excited. I am like, okay, what else can I do? What else can I do? How can I do it faster? How can I do it better? How can I do it more powerfully, more impactfully? Really sit with that, family. We got to transcend our own limitations. Our own limitations is our own darkness. It's our own shadow. It's the, let's say, roadblocks, container that we've placed around ourselves. And in order to be renewed and rebirthed, we got to break out of that container, right? We got to break out of that shell. We got to break out of that confinement. And it's as simple as saying, you know, I used to feel like I could only meditate 15 minutes. I could only meditate 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, my mind is like rambling and it's going somewhere else. Well, the law of transcendence says, I'm going to meditate now for 20. I'm not going to allow my mind to keep me confined in this small space. And so in breaking through the limitations that we've set for ourselves, we become a greater version. We become who we are called to be by saying, okay, In the past, this is what I thought I could do. I'm going to push myself to go a little bit further. And every time we do that in multiple areas of our lives, like something that I'm doing right now, y'all, I'm having only one cooked meal a day. One cooked meal a day is what I'm having. In the past, I'm like, no, I need my lunch to be cooked and my dinner to be cooked. That breakfast or that break fast, right? I can do some fruit, a smoothie or something like that to break my fast. But at lunch, I'm eating something cooked. At dinner, I'm eating something cooked, right? And so Spirit was like, we got to transcend that, and let's see what happens if you only have one cooked meal a day. And what's been happening to me is I've just become more energetic. I have more energy. I have more vitality. I have more creativity. Like my mind is sharper. I'm like, let's go. Okay? So when we transcend our limitations, we become a more empowered version of ourselves. We become a more in tuned and aligned version of ourselves. We become the vision that we knew our higher selves was giving us. Okay? All right? The last thing that I want to talk to y'all about that is the best way to guarantee your rebirth and your renewal, right, is the law of harmony. And you know, I just heard the song Inner Peace by what is their name? Beautiful Chorus, I believe is their name. You know, before I went on the 21-day raw vegan fast, I was still having some internal battles. Some of y'all have heard this already. I talked about it in Patreon, surrounding how I wanted to show up, like as this coach, as this oracle, as this businesswoman in spiritual business. I was having an internal battle. I'm like, Spirit, I was not in a space of peace as far as what I wanted to give y'all, how I wanted to show up, my services, my classes. I was just unclear about where I needed to go in this new year, the direction of my life. And I'll say this, we always have to be looking at where we are being called to go and take an inventory of ourselves and our lives, right? Like, we're not supposed to stay the same year in and year out. We are meant to evolve, grow, and expand, right? And so I have been asking Spirit, like, okay, what am I supposed to be doing? How am I supposed to be doing it? Give me guidance. And when I went on this 21-day raw vegan fast, listen, I got so much clarity. I received so much peace and so much harmony. And now I know how I'm supposed to be showing up, when I'm supposed to be showing up. And I know that I have the freedom inside of me to show up the way that I need to, right? To show up the way that I need to. And so a part of our rebirth journey, family, is going to be finding that internal peace. And a part of that has to come from trusting that where we are being led to go is divine, and that we have the skills, the internal resources, and the right connections in order to get us to that place. And so this is a season right now where we got to start planting seeds, right? Where we got to start planting seeds. We have to tend to our gardens. And we have to know what seeds we need to be planting, what weeds we need to be pulling up, right? And that's what these spiritual rebirth readings are going to do for y'all, right? These spiritual rebirth readings are going to give you the clarity on what seeds you need to be sowing, what weeds you need to be pulling up, so that you can truly feel this powerful renewal, rebirth, rejuvenation energy. Because let me tell you, this energy is for all of us. It's for all of us, period. If it's happening in the earth and on the earth, it's also happening within us. There's no way around it. There's no way that you are not meant to rebirth right now, that you are not meant to be renewed right now. You absolutely are. It is a part of your spiritual makeup to be rebirthed and renewed right now. Okay? That is what it's about. So, in order to do that, because here's the key that I realized. We're always rebirthing, but the answer is, what are we rebirthing? Are we rebirthing that old reality? Because no matter what, when the spring season comes, rebirth is happening, renewal is happening. But sometimes you're just renewing an old subscription. Think about that. You have a yearly subscription to something, and the new year comes around and it's time to renew that subscription. It's the same subscription. But if you want to renew, if you want to be new, if you want to be reborn into a new reality, you got to do the work. And I'm telling y'all, we think that the work is harder than what it is. It's really not that hard. It's really not that challenging, but it takes awareness. It takes doing the right work. Have y'all ever had that experience where you've been doing work and that work is not yielding a result? Has that ever happened to y'all? It's happened to me. It's happened to me when I'm doing work and it's not yielding a result. And that's because I was doing the wrong work. I was doing work that wasn't in alignment with what I was actually desiring to birth, what I was actually desiring to manifest. Okay? So renewal is happening. Rebirth is happening. All right? All of this is happening for us right now. And I definitely want to support you all in making sure that you are being rebirthed and renewed into something better, into something greater, into feeling more confident, more assertive, more powerful, more in tune, more aligned, in your purpose, in your power. I'm telling y'all, this is what has happened for me, and it's only getting greater. It's only getting greater. There's only more to be unfolded. There's more in store, okay? There's more in store. So if you need support, really, come on now, come on. If you all need support with your rebirth journey and really knowing what specific things you should be doing right now, definitely listen to this video and start tapping in immediately with those things. But also book that personal reading, because then you can know what is specific to you. What I just gave y'all right now is really for the collective, and it's going to lead to results. But if you want to know more detailed for you, then just book that reading, okay? That's all I have for y'all. Tap in. This is a beautiful energy for all of us. I'm so excited to get started. I'm starting on readings today. And let me tell y'all this, almost all the time, these readings sell out. Okay? So you want to be one of the first people in the queue. Okay? I'm just being honest. You want to be one of the first people in the queue, because if you got readings from me before, you know it takes some time. But I know for a fact that you will always receive your reading in divine timing. It will always be right on time for you. But if you know you're a person that gets antsy, you like, ooh, when am I going to get my reading? My reading. Book it sooner rather than later, okay? Because I know a lot of people, they wait till the last day. They wait till I send out that email saying, all right, cards closing in 1 hour. Then they start getting them readings. Ding, 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 ding. And then they like, ooh, when am I going to get my reading? Honey, there's like 40 people in front of you. Okay? So make sure that if you want the reading, you get it as soon as possible. Don't wait till tomorrow night, because if you wait till tomorrow night, you're going to be at the back of the line. All right? Also, let me say this. Every time I do a reading, I have to have your consent. I will not tap into your energy if you have not given consent for me to access your energy. Okay? So you'll receive an email. Once you book the reading, you will receive an email that will say, click the form, fill out the form saying, do you give D-Ray consent to access your energy and to do this reading for you? Please make sure you do that. The longer it takes you to do that, the longer it takes to get your reading done, okay? Somebody said, hey, I'm going on a date for the first time. Any tips? Well, first, congratulations on going on a date. Secondly, I would say have fun. Don't take it too seriously. Don't feel like you have to be something that you are not because you're going on a first date. Have fun, enjoy the process, really embrace the experience. Absolutely be yourself, because you would rather go on that first date being yourself and see if it's going to work rather than being something that you're not, being who you think you have to be, and then trying to force a situation, force a connection, and then after some time you realize there's no connection. So you definitely want to be yourself. You definitely want to be authentic, but ultimately have fun. Actually enjoy yourself. And then also understand that if something is happening that you don't like or that you don't find pleasant, you don't have to stay in a situation on that date. Like if it's not working out, you can say, okay, this was a great time. Not okay, this was a great time, because that would be a lie. You get to say like, thank you for meeting with me. Thank you for this moment. Okay, I'm gonna head out. Okay, don't feel stuck or trapped in a date. D-Ray, reading is very well needed. I had mine. It helped me so much. Awesome, Dre. Awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed. All right, y'all. Yeah, that's all I have for y'all. Really tap in, and I'll be seeing y'all soon. We're gonna keep talking about this rebirth energy all the way until the spring equinox, okay? And fortunately, those of y'all who get your reading, you're gonna get your reading before we actually enter the spring. We're just working on it now. All right, peace, y'all. Have a good Sunday.